Welcome everybody to English 3U. It is 8:50 here on a beautiful July evening. I'm on my porch where I do a lot of my work, and Kawhi has yet to make his decision. Apparently, we're all still waiting. Well, I hope you haven't spent the whole day waiting, and I hope you've had a productive day. I know I have. Um, let's get right into a few things that we should discuss. I'll make these videos periodically just to clarify uh, details about the course or assignments about the course. In this case, just some tips for success to start off with. Okay, so this is not written very well, but let's start with keys to success. If you have a question, just send me an email. Okay, it may seem like a silly question, or it may seem like you're unsure whether you should ask it. If you're unsure, just ask the question. There's no harm. I should be near my email within, at the longest shift, 6 hours, but usually way more often than that. Okay, and I think it's important that you ask as many questions as you can, because really this is your chance to get a good mark. And yeah, it's that simple. This is a short course, and there aren't that many assignments. So you're getting a full 3U English course in approximately, today's the 3rd, you're done by the 26th. It's only 24 days of work, or 23 days of work. So put forward your best work, okay? Don't think that an assignment should not be done well, or that you're just trying to get through it. Everything counts. And ultimately, and we'll talk about that in a second, but ultimately just put forward your best work. If you really want to do well, if you stay ahead and prioritize the process work, which usually is the culminating activity of each, then if you send it to me before the due date, usually what I can do is get you some feedback on it, and then you have a chance to resubmit it before the time runs out. So I would really suggest that for those of you who are keeners and looking for like 90s and above, that is probably your key to success right there. Second of all, know how to navigate the program. Treat it like a video game. To me, that means don't just give up on something. You need to be a little resilient. If things aren't working out and you don't understand the program, well, how do you learn more about the program? Well, you use it more. You explore more. You don't just give up the first time it doesn't work out for you. Okay, let's get right into this. So the most important part of this is you as a student right now. You can see in the corner here it says Michael Schmidt as student. You are going to need to know a few things about these tabs. Content is where you can find everything you need to know and do in this class. In general, right now we're going to focus on Unit 1, we're going to focus on Unit 3, we're going to focus on Unit 4, and Unit 5. So Unit 2 is not going to happen. What I would do is I would always go in here and look at all the different activities, and I would read them all, because all of that learning that you do while you're reading this, and all the tools that are found in these activities will be helpful in completing assignments. Okay. Now, if you're just looking for how you're going to be assessed in here, basically the drop boxes are your key. Okay. If you go to your drop boxes, you will see in each unit a certain number of activities that are due, and also a due date. Okay. Some of them will have rubrics attached to them, others will not, but the rubrics will be found in the assignments themselves. So activity, you can see here that before the end of the week there are already 3 due, and your culminating activity 4 will be due on the Monday. Okay, so for the whole entirety of this, including your culminating, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 assignments. Okay, on top of that, in your discussion area, you will also have a certain number of assignments. I can see most of you have found this area because you're doing the icebreaker and submitting, which is great. Unit 1 you have a couple, Unit 3 you have 1, Unit 4 you have 1, and Unit 5 you have 1. Often this is like an interactive speak piece where you look at someone else's work and evaluate it or give it feedback, or you comment on somebody else. Just helpful to know those two. Okay. When you log in, other key things that you should know about navigating. Announcements are key. Okay. At the top, sometimes there'll be a post, which I might add a hint or two, but really you're mostly looking for my voice through announcements. This is where this video is going to appear, hopefully, and you can access it. So today I put down things to do today. I put down the course description and general evaluation. I put down the icebreaker that you had to do, and most importantly, if you go down here, look at the course evaluations and due dates. Okay, this should coincide with the calendar of upcoming events that you see here. So the due date should be like that. If they don't line up, what's the best place to figure out when something is due? I would say the best place to look is always in the Dropbox. It will not lie to you unless I put the wrong thing in, but I don't usually. So this is what you really want to look at. Okay, but let's go back for a second. Okay. Course evaluation, again, looking at this, the due dates are helpful, but probably the most important thing is the weight. Okay, so you'll notice that there's a 3-point weighting system, and of course 3 is the most important, and 2 is the second most important, and 1 is like the least important. So let's say you fell really far behind, and you wanted to make sure you focused on the main culminating things. Usually it's the last activity in each unit that you want to focus on, which is worth 3. So in Unit 1, it's Activity 4. Remember, Unit 2 we're not really doing. Unit 3, you can see the discussion's only worth 1, the activities are worth 2, and then the culminating, which is an essay probably, is 3. Unit 4, same thing. Actually, all of them are only worth 2. And then Unit 5, you can see that this is your culminating for the entire course. So this is worth 30% of the entirety, and the first 4 units are worth 70%. Okay, I hope that's clear. That's mostly what you need to know. If you look up here, these checklists are not going to help you that much. In here, class list, that's just who's online and who's not. You shouldn't really care about that. And assessment wise, we don't really do things like quizzes, and your grades will come to you when you check your feedback in your Dropbox blocks. And we'll talk about feedback at another time. I don't want to overwhelm, and I feel like I'm already doing that, so let's just stop there. There are some people who've already complained about errors in the content. I have found that as well, so I'll give you one example. It's actually only in Unit 1 that I found the error so far. I don't know why they didn't copy over, and I would definitely work hard to change them if I felt like they were impacting us. But from what I can tell, so whenever you go to a unit, you read the top part, and it gives you a bunch of, this minds on is really the information that you need to kind of learn and think about and get through your brain. Ideas and organization it talks about. Oh, this one looks okay. Oh, right here. So here's a good strategies for generating ideas is the second part of this. And it seems like I've seen when I load this on my PC, there's an error page that appears here. On my Mac, all I see is a blank. But what I do have is a long description. So if you click on the long description, it will actually give you all the context, all the content in HTML or HTML format. So it's not very pretty, but it gives you everything that you need. So you can just click out of that, and then you'll be back, and then you can go on. And then you can see methods of organization also. You're like, oh, what are they talking about? They don't give me any examples. We'll go to the long description, and it should come through, and they should give you all the different methods of organization. So it's not that big a deal. And if it is a big deal for you and you can't access anything, you can always email me, okay? Just a couple other things. Deadlines. There's always deadlines posted, and it's not that deadlines don't mean anything, because they do. But let me get out of here first. Yeah, okay, let's go back to deadline. But remember, I told you that the Dropbox deadlines are the ones that kind of you have to look out for. This Dropbox is not going to close on this date. I will still accept, and I will not dock marks. But after 72 hours, usually I'll give you that rule in general. As we get closer to the end of the class, I may not be able to give you 72 hours, especially for like the culminating assignment on July 26th, just because marks are due. But for these first few assignments, as long as you get it in within 72 hours of this, I will accept it. But the Dropbox will close, and once the Dropbox is closed 72 hours after July 4th, which is July 5th, July 6th, July 7th at 11 o'clock, you will no longer have a chance to resubmit. Okay? Sound fair? I don't want to make this impossible for some of you who need more flexibility. Office hours. So my schedule, I have 2 little kids right now. Will tend to be, I'll put in a big chunk of time in the afternoon, usually somewhere between 2 and 4 or 2 and 5, where I'll be on and I'll be marking all the time. I'll probably wake up and check my emails anyways, but then I won't be on from, let's say, 8 o'clock or 8:30 or 9 till 2. And then I'll do another shift around 8:30 or 9, and then another shift around 11:30 till 12:30 at night. So I'll be on for at least 4 to 6 hours a day, but oftentimes later at night, which seems to work for students because a lot of you guys are on at that time. And then weekends, I will definitely not be on all the time. I will take weekends, and I'll let you know if I take like an extra day or something like that. But always checking. Unless you hear from me, I will be checking emails really frequently, like within 3 to 4 hours usually. Okay? And that's it for now. There's more to be discussed, but good luck, everyone. Get a good start, and remember, send me those questions if you're having trouble clarifying things. We want you to do well. We want you to succeed, and the key to this course is getting started and getting this first unit done. Midterms come up quickly. By next Friday, not this Friday, you will have a midterm mark, which is kind of scary, but again, keep it in perspective. It's just because of the timing in Canada Day and all that. Okay, this was a long message. This was about 12 minutes and 42 seconds. Usually I'll keep them between 5 and 8 minutes, but watch them. They help you. Before key assignments, I will give you lots of hints as to how to be successful. So don't just ignore them, okay? Good night, everyone. Keep those prayers going for Kawhi. Maybe while I was making this video, he already announced. I'm going to go find out. Peace.